Okay, hi everyone. It is June the 17th. This is class number 3, online class number 3. I just wanted to come on here and give you a little bit of a video lecture so that you have a place that you can go back and review stuff, and to make it a little bit more conducive to learning for you guys rather than just typing back and forth. I got some good feedback from last week that people found it helpful, so I'm going to continue to do this every week until we meet in person. Okay, you can see on the shared screen here that I have Moodle up. So I've got a few people who are saying, whoa, there's so much stuff in Moodle. They're struggling with where to start. And I really just want to point out, it really is just like start at the top, work your way down. So as you can see here, give me a second here. I'm going to do my draft function. So we've got Moodle, right? So here's the beginning section. This section here was last week. So tonight you're going to see some more sections underneath. So what I plan to do is have every week highlighted there, kind of on the side, and then just have indents for the topics we talk about. So this is going to be consistent. All of the course lectures, discussions, anything like that that's happening in our online classes is going to be right here at the very top. And it's going to be titled date by date. So it should be fairly logical to follow if you ever have to go back and look for something, okay? As we talked about last time, there's the course outline that's been updated. It has all the expectations of the course, everything you're gonna learn. And then this course schedule, I just want to quickly open that up. Oh, I think I gotta stop my draw. Okay. So that went away, okay. This schedule. So let's just see where we're at, right? So everybody's on the same page. And now, this is pretty small. Let's make that bigger. So we have already done week number 1, June the 10th. That's done. Week number 1 also had a second session on Wednesday, June the 12th. We talked about lesson 3. Previously, we had talked about lesson 1 and 2. In my video lecture, I talk about lessons 1, 2, and 3. I've combined that. And assignment 1 was introduced last week and is due today. I know a few people haven't had textbooks and are struggling a little bit, and this, because it's such a new concept maybe to most of you, I'm going to be pretty flexible on the submissions for this week. So if you don't have it in today, you're not going to be penalized. In the course outline, it does say that for every day you're late, you're going to lose a percentage. This week, I'm not going to be tough on you guys, but I don't want to be too lenient, because the longer you postpone this, the more trouble you're going to run into, because assignment 2 is due next Monday. Again, the reason I'm accelerating this is because I'm gone for 10 days. This was scheduled before I had this obligation. So you guys I'm pushing you right now, and then you're going to get a bit of a break. So we're going to talk about assignment 2 tonight after we talk about lessons 4 and 5, so that I can put you on the right track. We're also going to have a discussion about assignment 1. Any questions you guys might have, you're welcome to post questions. Post them on the forum. I'll have a header. You guys can just go in there, and that way everybody sees what we're talking about, in case someone else might have an identical question, and they'll go back and look at that later and get the benefit of the discussion we've had. Okay, so tonight is the 17th. We're going to talk about lessons 4 and 5, which is chapters 9 and 10 in your textbook, and we're going to talk about assignment 2. Then next Monday, the 24th of June, we're going to have our 4th online class. We're going to talk about lesson 6, chapter 12, and I'm going to introduce assignment 3, and then I'm going to leave that with you. Assignment 3 is a big one. I'll go through all the instructions and leave you guys in good shape, I think. And then I'm going to leave for 10 days. I'm back on the 5th. Anything you've submitted to me, any questions you've asked that I haven't had a chance to answer while I'm away, I will respond on that weekend, which I believe is the 6th and 7th of July. So that when we come in to class on the 8th, on the Monday, we're hopefully, just continuing right along, reviewing assignment 3, going on to the next assignment. And by then, we're going to be only 1 week away from meeting in person. So like I said, just try and keep pace as best you can. If you're not able to keep pace, send me a message, communicate to me what's going on with you, so that I can help and get you on the right path. Okay, so I'm going to put the schedule away right now. You guys all have access to this because it's a Moodle. Feel free to print a hard copy and check it off as you go so that you know that you're on track. Okay, alrighty, let me get rid of that. Okay, so that's the course schedule there. Now, this lesson, practice exercises solution text number 8 edition. This is where the solutions to all of the textbook questions are. So don't go through a lot of the questions in class. I mean, they're good practice. You have the opportunity here to go check your work. If you check your work and you're totally lost or something doesn't make sense or you've made an error and you look at the answer and you're like, I don't know exactly how to get there, let me know. I'll help walk you through it if you need the help. The questions are very accounting specific, whereas what I really like about the assignments is they're daycare specific. They're accounting and they're daycare, and they're going to make more sense to you than these questions are. But these questions are good for practice and for learning so that you get that little bit of repetition before you go into the assignment. So like I said, just for time constraints and because we're not in person, I'm not going to go through every question in a video format, but I am more than happy to answer your questions if you have them. So don't hesitate to ask, okay? Then the next section, so again, I'm back up here to the top, and we were just here at the practice exercises solutions. So that's all kind of the important stuff. At the top of the course is where you're going to find all that stuff that you may have to refer to more than once throughout the course. So it's there, it's easy to find if you know where to look for it. Okay, scrolling down again, last week we went through lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. We talked about assignment 1. I'm going to quickly open it up. I want to just mention a couple of things. I haven't got everybody's assignment, but the ones I have, I've noticed a few things. For the most part, they're really, oops, I guess I back up. That's not where I want to be. They're really well done. But I have a bit of a common theme of questions. Oh, here's what I want to click on. Okay. So here's the actual assignment. Okay, so you guys who haven't done this or who are in the middle of it, here's what I want to mention to you about the assignment. Is this. So here we have an introduction to ABC childcare, right? We're doing some questions here. This is the full chart of accounts. Remember, assets begin with 1, liabilities begin with 2, equity 3, revenue 4, expenses 5. You can just see I'm scrolling on the left hand of the screen here as I'm talking. And then we're asked to prepare some January instructions. Last week, I went over the first one. I showed you how to enter it, how to put it in the general journal, how to post it to the general ledger, and what that would look like in a very simplistic way, because I only did one entry, what it would look like on the trial balance, okay? So what I want to point out here is this January 3rd information about the employees is that it's for information only. They haven't actually worked yet. We don't know how many hours they've worked. It's not a pay period yet, so we don't have to do anything. In assignment 2, there is a pay period, so you will have to do something. But just for now, here's the information. These are the people who have been hired. This is how much they're getting paid per hour. Okay, so we don't have to do anything with that on the journal. Okay, so we have only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 journal entries to prepare that are all on January 2nd. Okay, and we prepare them into the general journal. Then we post them to the general ledger. Remember, every time you make a change to, here I'm going to write on here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 entries, let's say to the bank account. You've got a number in the debit column, that 50,000. Then you've got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, 4 credits. When we're spending money, right? So it's an asset. Bank is an asset. And if you don't know that already, you can tell that because it starts with the number 1. The account number is 101. Assets are debit type accounts. In order to increase it, we will debit it. That's what we did right here when we received money, put money in the bank account. We made the balance go up. Then we spent money. We did some advertising. We bought some supplies, etc. So that is money going out of the bank account. So if it's a debit balance account, if we want to decrease it, we want to credit it. So we have a few credits here. Each time you do line, you rebalance it. So we started with 50,000, then we subtract away this number, subtract away, so we get a grand total of how much money we have left. If we had 50,000 but we spent 1,000, we would only have 49,000 left. Make sense? So it's a 49, well, it's not 49,000, but whatever that number is, and that's a debit balance. Okay, then we go on to each account. So each account will have a ending balance, that ending balance only, so this number here, and whatever the balance is in each of the other accounts, that's what we bring forward to the trial balance. So whatever we had in bank, that 40, actually I think it's 47,070 is the true number, that goes there. And then we list each of the other accounts. The grant other was 50,000. And once we have them all listed, hold on, I'll write that down, we total it up. Okay, if you're using Excel, you can use formulas. Then it's fantastic, because if it doesn't balance at the end, you know you did something wrong. You gotta go find it. If you use Word, totally fine too, but you have to add it manually and then enter it on there. So hopefully that helps kind of clear up any confusion or questions you guys have on assignment 1. Okay, I am going to post a title at the beginning of Moodle, and it's going to say assignment 1 questions. That's where you're going to go post tonight if you are having trouble. Okay, anything I have not touched on, you will type in there and I will answer it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the course. And I also have a few things in front of me. So in addition to the schedule, which I had up there, I have a hard copy of that. I have a hard copy of my assignment 2 in front of me. So that might help if you did too. And I had a list of the topics I wanted to cover tonight, but I don't know where that is. So yeah, so assignment 1 we're going to talk about. Now we're going to go into the next couple of lessons and the elements of performance. Okay.